Well, that's where I really got my start, was with my dad.
Construction work, remodel.
Construction work, gardening, landscaping. But as he progressed in his career, you know, it started with the gardening, you know, and then he's all, you know, I got to do more, you know.
Yeah.
He their license.
Oh, wow.
You know, and then after that, they're like, hey, can you build us a pool? And he goes, I don't have a license yet, but let me go.
He said, right, let me go get it.
No, definitely, because he saw opportunities and he went and he.
Especially out here in the desert, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. So at the end of pretty much his career, he's retired now.
Mm-hmm.
But he retired with the C27, the C53. C27 is for landscape. The C53 is for swimming pools, and the General B. So we were building, you know, not building houses. We built our house.
Yeah.
But more remodels and
rehabs. Oh, hell yeah.
Room additions, garage conversions, you know.
Oh, wow. Too bad he doesn't do it anymore, man. Those ADUs are in right now.
No, definitely. I was thinking about getting into that, you know, if this doesn't pan out, but I'm going to give this a shot first, you know.
Oh, yeah, especially.
Real estate's always going to be there.
Before we get into that, tell us your little backstory. How'd you get into welding, or what was the first thing you did before welding?
Honestly, I was still in school. Actually, I was in high school, freshman.
Freshman.
A freshman in high school, and my dad had an insurance broker for his construction company, and he asked us, you know, on the side, hey, we have these high schoolers getting out of school, and they're throwing rocks. And they were breaking the windows in his franchise, his insurance franchise. So we kind of suggested he put up some kind of metal screen, and so I built him, designed him a little metal screen, used some material, some angle iron and expanded metal, and built him this picture frame screen. You know, you can still see through it. You know, you can still see through the screen, but you know, rocks or pebbles wouldn't make it through.
Yeah, wouldn't make it through.
Wouldn't make it through. So you know, it was 3 of them, 2 foot wide by, let's say, 6 feet tall. And, you know, I didn't even think I was gonna get paid, but at the end of the job, you know, it was quick weekend work, and he $300, you know, $100 a piece for 3 windows, and I was stoked. So
that's crazy. So how was a freshman in high school learn how to do that? How'd you even get there?
You know, my dad, he always had a welder handy. He did landscaping and construction, so you know. Trailers, you know, we would set up the trailers to haul around the mowers or the you know, dollies or whatever it was. He would fabricate the trailers himself to suit his needs. So the welder was always there. And you know, he's all, you know what, you know, let's see if you can do this little job. You know, he's asking us for this and for some protection for his windows, and see if you can make it happen. So after I did that first job, I was like, okay, well, this is something we can work with, you know.
Right, especially getting paid too.
Yeah, getting money, you know, and freshman, I mean, $300 for a weekend, you know.
Right.
Pretty good, you know.
Hell yeah, freshman in high school, get $300. Come on now, that's a win right there. And it's your first job, like, whoo. So now going into it, so Fortified Metal Fabrications. When did you start doing that?
I started the company maybe 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Doing side work and you know, gates, little simple entry gates. Okay. Started at you know just you know, run of the mill homes, you know, standard homes and standard side entry gates, and you know, I would have a neighbor come by and say, oh, I want to get just like that, but can you make it a little different? Yeah. So then they just said, just do what you did there, just a little different. So they gave me a little bit of freedom to like, oh, let me try this out, let me try that out, and let me get a little more creative on this one. And then from there, it just started progressing into more custom, more intricate, more design factor.
More fun.
More challenging as well. And that's honestly, like, that's what I feel like I'm chasing the challenge, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's what intrigues me, is doing something that I haven't done before and just trying new things.
I'm sure you had ideas or had jobs or gigs where they're like, Yeah, you might not know how to do it, but you took the job on and it's like, we're going to learn today, you know?
Yeah,
what really bring it to where it's like, I got something here. I'm ready to open up, buy equipment, ready to buy that. What's bring that idea?
You know, buying the equipment was always something that was like programmed into me because, you know, back to my dad being a contractor, it's like from every job you get, you know, buy something, get something, make your life easier for the next job. Reinvest into your business and
smart
and just keep, you know, leveling up, making progression, and you know what you couldn't do, you know, last year or 6 months ago, you can now do with new equipment. And
nice.
You know, the equipment is only half of it. You know,
yeah.
Learning how to use it's the other half.
Right.
You know.
Were you always taking side jobs? I do like side gigs outside of work.
Just today at the shop, I had a client come in and he goes, "Hey, can you help me out? Is this something you can do on my lunch break? You know?
Yeah.
Is this something you could do?" And he brings me a shower faucet.
Uh-huh.
You know, and he's all, "Hey, can you? I fucked it up. I messed it up. I stripped out the bolt." I'm like, "Well, let me see what I can do." And yeah, just took out the bolt and re-threaded it, put it back in, and you know, that same 15 minutes, he's on his way. You know.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to pay me. I'm like, "Don't even worry about it. You know, you've already taken care of me enough." Right here, this is pretty much where most of the fabrication, almost all the fabrication happens. This is all already cut. I kind of started this a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
All that came from this plain sheet metal, which is just like one of these.
Oh, okay.
So all these are different gauge thicknesses, and I kind of decide what gauge I want to use, what thickness of metal I want to use for what we're doing. Like a lantern, right? It's gonna be floating off the wall like this.
Yeah.
So you only see it floating, and you're gonna have a shadow in the back. This is gonna have glass, so it's just gonna look like it's floating, and then you're gonna have just shadow. Yeah, but the light is gonna glow from there.
Yeah, I seen the one you did on your Instagram. I was like, it comes through. I kind of like that same concept. Oh, that should look badass. What is it like now from 10 years ago to what it is now?
Well, now I have a lot more space. You know, 10 years ago I didn't have a house where I could do whatever I wanted in my own garage. You know, so one of the reasons why I bought this house, you know, main reason, my family, to, you know, have my family comfortable and
definitely,
you know,
family
want them,
first.
you know, nice and, you know, inside. And my first house was a fixer-upper.
Oh, nice.
So most of my time went into fixing up the house. This one, on the other hand, I wanted a turnkey because I didn't want to have to spend time to fix the house when I should be spending time to grow my business. So this one, I bought it turnkey. You know, the wife's happy. You know, I get to come out in my garage and build this business. You know, I'm actually kind of doing it backwards, or rather than what most people do. I'm not saying it's the right way, but I'm buying all my equipment, trying to pay it all off, so I have no, you know, lines of credit open, none of that.
Okay.
That way, when my next biggest expense, my building comes up, it's already fully equipped. Fully equipped. There's no more expenses that I need to do to buy new welders, welding tables, major ticket items like my plasma table. That already done and paid for. Once the building is up, then it's just, let's move it all over there and we're ready to rock.
Oh, nice. When that building's up, what do you see yourself? Where do you see the business at then?
You know, seeing where the market takes it. If I get a big enough job, you know, just run with it and you know, make a full production.
Nice.
The plan is to kind of hustle right now so that later on it gets a little easier. Mm-hmm. Once the facility is up and once you know, I get something going, start hiring more help. Okay. Teach them to do it the way that I would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously be there. It's hard to trust people with my work, my craft, you know, my vision.
Yeah, exactly, because you know everyone's different. You know, your vision that you might think they see your vision, they might not. You know,
I'm bringing in my brother into this game, and he was never interested in it. He was never interested in it until he started. You know, at school they're like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" "Oh, I'm just helping out my brother." "Oh yeah, well, what does he do?" "Oh, he's a welder." You know, he would say, "Oh, he's just a welder." Like, it's weird because he says it like he does, like, because he knows me. I've been welding all my life.
Yeah,
like, nothing to him.
It's my brother. That's my brother.
You know, like, get out of here.
Yeah.
But he's starting to slowly realize, he's graduating high school this year. He's starting to realize welding is actually a really good career, and depending on what type of welding, obviously if you're a pipeline welder, there's a lot of money to be made. But long hours and hard work. You know, if you want to make the real money, you got to be out in the oil fields and working, you know, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, and you know, sometimes you're out there for a month before you get, you know, time off to come back.
Yeah.
But when you come back, you're ready to. So that's what I would suggest if you're younger and you want to do something. You know,
family,
pick a trade like that where you can hustle hard for you know, while you're young, you have the energy.
Yeah.
Hustle hard like that, and then when you come home, what do you want to do? Go buy a vehicle or invest in a property? It was a crazy story. I actually worked on a music tour, House Fest.
Oh,
so that's where like my work ethic came through, because we were working 20 hours a day from 5 in the morning to 1 in the morning.
That was a big show.
Straight. So I was on the tour as a merchandise vendor for a private company.
Okay.
And I was hired at, you know, 15 and a half, 16. I barely had my learner's permit the first time. I did this for 8 years, every summer. So we would travel the whole country, and you know, we would make a stop every day, if not every other day, to a new amphitheater to set up, you know, our merchandise and sell.
Yeah.
So through that, like that kind of program, the hustle mentality, or the, you know, work hard, work long hours, and
entrepreneur state of mind.
Exactly, because it's like the longer you work, I mean, this is me being younger, it's like, damn, the more hours I'm putting in, the more I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to like switch that around, and like, you know, I do want to work long hours, but you know, I want to get paid a little better.
Yeah,
you know? So
yeah.
I gotta refine my craft, you know, refine my skills so that, you know, I'm valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Show your
asset,
value.
you know?
Exactly. So remember that your value, you know. Thank you, Jonathan, again. You're taking the time out your day, showing us around, showing his vision, you know, really getting into depth what it looks like to start a business from the ground up, getting the backstory. We really appreciate your time. You know, time is your biggest asset. If you ever consider about getting other assets, like Jonathan said, buying property, you know, buying lots of land, you already know who to call. Give me a call. Follow him below. See you on the next one.